Does your dentist say words to you that make you feel weird, scared, and afraid? Well, it's not your dentist's fault because they went to dental school. And in dental school, we are taught to talk really, really weird. You may have a hygienist as well. She's also taught to talk really, really weird. My name is Dr. Paul Goodman, Dr. Nacho, and I am helping dentists and hygienists everywhere not talk weird. So I've come up with 5 words you should not say in a dental office. 5 words that will make your patients feel scared, feel weird, feel afraid, and make you unlikable. So what are these 5 words? So we're going to go through don't say this, say this. The first word is fail or failed. There's no reason we have to look at a patient who's had a bridge in place for 20 years and say, Millie, your bridge has failed. It's unlikable, it's mean, and it doesn't even make sense because cars don't last that long. So instead of failed, how about we say this? Hey, Millie, it's time to replace your bridge. So don't say fail, say replace. What's next? My personal favorite, the one that makes you feel so weird on the inside when you say it. If a tooth does not have a filling, we are taught to call those teeth virgins. Does that make you feel comfortable to hear the word virgin? Instead of saying virgin, how about saying tooth without a filling? This tooth doesn't have a filling, not that it's a virgin. The third thing is save. We often say to patients, we can't save this tooth. So dramatic, like it's Private Premolar Ryan and Tom Hanks is coming to save it. So instead of that, say, hey, the cavity here has gotten so deep, we cannot maintain this tooth. So to review, don't say fail, say replace. Don't say virgin, say tooth without a filling. Don't say save, say maintain. We have 2 more. Informed consent, so dramatic. I'm going to give you an informed consent for a root canal. Now, what could you call an informed consent? A heads up. I'm going to give you a heads up what can happen. So you can have an informed consent form where it says informed consent, but as you bring it to life for patients, say, I'll give you a heads up. Most of the time things go really, really well, but these are some things you should know about your procedure. I'm going to give you a heads up, whether it's a root canal, scaling and root planing a crown. And the final one is the P word. Do not say this P word. And that P word is policy. No one likes to hear that word. You don't like it, I don't like it, and our patients don't like it. So you may have a financial policy where everyone pays before treatment. That's cool, but instead of saying policy, why don't you call it protocol? So don't say policy, say protocol. So these are the 5 words you should not say to be less weird and more likable in the dental office. Don't say fail, say replaced. Don't say virgin, say tooth without a filling. Don't say save, say maintained. Don't say informed consent, say heads up. Don't say policy, say protocol. If I can help you in any way, just reach out to me at dentalnachos.com. It is my life's goal to help you talk less weird.
You're ready.
Give me some sort of either a sign like this and I'll go. We are taught to talk really, really weird. Virgins. Private Premolar Ryan and Tom Hanks is coming to save it. Really, really weird. Does your dentist say words to you that make you feel
So glad to be here with you guys today. I am doing an encore presentation of my presentation at the DEO. It was great to hundreds of dentists, and I want to share it with you. My goal here is to provide you with a checklist for associate hiring success. If you would like the whole checklist as a free gift, just text DEO to 215-543-6454. Text DEO to 215-543-6454, and I will be glad to send that to you. As with all of our Nacho TV programs that are live, what is best is when you guys ask questions in the chat. If you're watching this on recording and you have a question about anything I talk about, you can ask those questions directly to that text hotline at 215-543-6454. Sometimes one of the worst things that happens to you in life is one of the best things that happens to someone else. It was mid-pandemic and my wife and I were sitting on the couch, a very popular place for us to sit during the pandemic. And Morgan came up to us and said, hey guys, I need to tell you something. Not once in the history of I need to tell you somethings has there been good news on the other end of that. But before I tell you what Morgan said, it would probably be helpful to tell you who is Morgan. Morgan saved our family's sanity during the pandemic. To call Morgan a babysitter would be an insult to Morgan. Morgan was a caretaker of our two children that became very difficult to manage with sanity and success during the pandemic. We were running Little House on the Kitchen Table Prairie with my wife, homeschooling our 6-year-old. I was getting up and taking our 2-year-old out of the house so everyone could stay sane. So Morgan came and saved us, an amazing person, an amazing caretaker of my children. So when she came to us while we were sitting there and said, "Hey guys, I need to tell you something," I knew that thing was likely not going to be good for me. So what Morgan said was, "I've lived in Philadelphia my whole life. I just graduated college. I really want to go to San Diego and explore new things, meet new people, and see what life is like there." So I immediately said, "You know what, Morgan, that is an awesome thing. Going to meet new people, getting out of your comfort zone is so great. But I have bad news. San Diego is closed. I read on the news, I heard on the news, it's closed and you have to stay with us forever." That's what I wanted to say. But this worst thing happening to us was the best thing happening to Morgan. So what did my wife have to do? She had to go on Facebook groups, care.com, ask people that we saw who had kids, "Do you know a babysitter? Do you know someone who can help us?" It was truly a huge devastation to our family, even though it was awesome for Morgan. So think of Morgan like a dental associate. You may be a Morgan coming up soon. You may be wanting to hire a Morgan, but someone who's part of the dental family, because Morgan is a part of our family. Think associates are like aunts and uncles of practices. They take care of the practice. They make sure it runs. Without them, things can go sideways quickly. So my message to you, if you're watching this online in live or watching this on demand, is that prepare yourself to be successful in all ages and stages of life. Make sure you connect and know Morgans who can help you, because there are going to be times where you need to replace an associate, hire an associate, get help where you do not expect it. So ABC, always be connecting. Figure out how to connect with awesome associates who can help you. If you're an associate to be watching in, you're going to learn what to ask on job interviews. If you're a practice owner who's hiring your first associate, you're going to learn a checklist for what to ask on job interviews. One of the things I get asked a lot is, "Hey, what does Dental Nachos do?" And the best way to describe it is Dental Nachos is like a Mr. Rogers neighborhood for dentists, a place where we can learn to be kinder, be friends, meet new people, improve our businesses, help each other, make our dreams come true, and avoid nightmares. One of my good friends here started Kumandra Doctors, which is from the awesome movie Raya and the Last Dragon, which I've watched many of times, Dr. Tarek. And let's create a community where we want others to succeed, a community where we can collaborate instead of compete, and end the dentist Hunger Games. So while my dream is to help dentists bond together, make their lives better, my original dream was to play professional basketball in the NBA. One of my favorite players was Maurice Cheeks, point guard for the Philadelphia 76ers. That is me shooting a three-point shot in high school. I was a good three-point shooter. What Maurice Cheeks did was he was awesome at assisting others to score to win. So my hope here is to be part of your winning, assisting you, helping you figure out how to find an associate, find a job, hire an associate, and move forward with success. So if you're a dentist, you work with dentists, have thought about EBITDA today, married to a dentist, our thoughts are with you if that's the case, like my wife, I would like you to raise your hand at home, and you'll see me for the first time do this. So raise your hand here. Put background on here for a second. If you guys are watching in the chat with us, I would love for you to share where you're watching in from, what questions you have. Perfect. So I'd like you to raise your hand and then raise the other hand. Put them together in what I call a selfie high five. One of my strategies for success, sanity, and feeling good, celebrating my accomplishments, is sometimes you got to give yourself that selfie high five. So if a crown fits, give yourself a selfie high five. Patient accepts treatment, give yourself a selfie high five. Get a good grade on a test or practical. It's important that we champion ourselves. Kindness does start with us. Why am I here doing this? Because dental school does not prepare dentists for life after dental school. It is irresponsible at best, toxic at worst. They charge hundreds of thousands of dollars for these awesome students to get degrees and then don't spend any time teaching them how to take care of these degrees, how to take care of their career. Like I have a picture of me and the moderator here. Not sure if your associate position or candidate is going to be the right fit for you. Why don't they spend time on how to interview, how to apply, what to look for, how not to burn your nachos? So that's why we're doing here today on Dental Nachos and Dentist Job Connect Zoom TV. I like to say the story is the star of life, and this is the story of our awesome associate. This is my brother, Jeff, who's my dental partner. This is our awesome associate, Dr. Alicia, because we needed to replace our existing associate who moved to San Francisco to follow his amazing wife in a medical residency. So what do you do when you have an associate and then they leave and you need to replace them? It can cause tremendous turmoil in the office. So I was asked at the DO how to hire the right associate to help you with doubling your dentisting. And treatment plan this process. My promise is to give you a checklist to do this, to double your dentisting. But what is most important to you at this time in your career? It may be different for all of us. Is the most important thing to you your profit, your sanity, your happiness? So if you're watching along at home, I'm going to help you with all of these things. But think about, do I need more profit right now? Do I need more sanity? Do I need more happiness? We all need that. And what steps can I take to make that happen in my dentisting life? What's something that will make you happier? Something that will make you less annoyed? Happiness and annoyance are just two sides of the same coin.
Oh no, it's the Wicked Witch of dental insurance.
I'm going to reduce all of your fees.
But it costs more to run a practice.
I don't care. Ha 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 ha.
So that there is a fun clip from my awesome
Oh
daughter,
no.
but it fits with what's happening in the associate world. What is happening is dental insurances are paying new associates less than me. There are insurances out there, I'll call them spoiled guac PPOs, that are not allowing associates to join at the same level, being reimbursed at the same level. So take home nacho tip, take home Dentist Job Connect tip is if you are signing your associate up for insurances or you're an associate that's signing up for insurances, make sure you look carefully into these plans before you sign up, because if you're being paid less than the practice owner, this can cause major problems with profit, sanity, and happiness. One of the things I've been asked to do is go to the New Jersey State Police Department on Saturday mornings, and I had 70 New Jersey State Police officers staring at me because they all needed dental exams. What does the New Jersey State Police do that's super, super brilliant? They create an opportunity for their New Jersey State Police officers to go through a test boot camp before they go through the real boot camp. They did this because they had too many recruits dropping out of boot camp for being too stressful, being too tough. So they created a time where I helped check their teeth. They had ENT, they had ophthalmology, all before they went to this practice 2-day boot camp. It's such a brilliant system because if you go through a 2-day boot camp, you say, this is not for me, there's no reason to go on to the 8 to 12 week boot camp. So what is so important in all the things we do is figure out where are we making our effort, where is it efficient, and how are we executing? So the New Jersey State Police gets tremendous credit for coming up with a system for maximizing efficiency, executing, and not wasting effort. As you can see, one of my daughters here a few years ago was trying to do something here. I want to take a picture to show you that even when you're trying hard, you may not be getting the results that you want. So this practice boot camp, how can we apply that to our dental lives? This is the power of SIAT. Story, impact, actionable tip. Story, impact, actionable tip. What does this mean? You can use this in any part of your life. Talking to your friends, talking to your parents, talking to your patients, talking to your team, and hiring associates. New Jersey State Police Practice Boost Camp. Identify associates that embrace your vision, and everything that matters needs a system, and everything matters. Spend a full day showcasing in a genuine way the in-game reality of your dental practice before either of you commits to a big decision. Have the associate come, wear scrubs, sign the HIPAA release, and observe. I'm not a fan of working interviews, not a fan of random root canals on strangers you've never met. I'm a huge fan of observations. Have the associate come in. If you're the associate, offer to come in. This is golden advice. I want to say it 3 times. Make sure you observe in a practice before you sign a contract. Make sure you observe in a practice before you sign a contract. Make sure you observe in a practice before you sign a contract. Because if you do that, you will see what the practice is really like during an in-game scenario. You'll see if it's a fit for your personality type, your professional type, your procedure types. How long do they take for a crown? How do the people treat each other there? And if you're a practice owner, this gives you the opportunity to see what type of questions the associate asks. Have them engage with you. Have them talk to your team. This will give you an opportunity to see if the associate is going to be a potential right fit before you sign contracts. So this golden Job Connect tip, create an observation time, will help you decrease your stress, increase success, and find the right fit for you. So if we're starting with our checklist, create a dental practice observation-based boot camp before you hire an associate or say yes to a job. My way is just one way, and I hope it helps you take as much or as little as you would like from this. One of my favorite actresses is Kristen Bell. One of my favorite people is Kristen Bell. I love her 0.1% better. Life is about getting 0.1% better. As you're listening to this, as you're watching this, what can you do to get 0.1% better? This is one of her books, The World Needs More Purple People. She's a huge fan of kindness and empathy. This podcast here will help you whether you're a parent or not a parent, because we need to figure out a way as dentisting humans who work with dentists, humans that are dentists, to create an environment that's kinder, more collaborative, more friendly for associates, owners, and everyone who works in our dental office. It's been too long where we've created these competitive atmospheres that are just not great for anyone, including our patients. The next part of the checklist is this associate position a car or a boat? So important. Is this a need-based or a wants-based position? A need-based position, your why, is a replacement most of the time. When we had an awesome associate who got into perio, so great for her, she had a 4-day-a-week schedule and we needed to replace her. So when we were interviewing for that position, we had a track record of production. So one of the questions you can ask as an associate, Golden Job Connect tip, Golden Owner tip, what is the track record of production for this position? In our case, we might say the track record for that production was $30,000 or $40,000 a month. Maybe the associate was making $120,000 to $150,000 a year. If you're a practice owner or a hiring manager, the track record for the production for this position is $50,000 or $60,000 a month. This is also helpful because if you're applying for a position and the track record for that position is $100,000 per month, that requires a certain type of dentist. Do you have the skill set? Do you have the speed? Is that in your comfort zone? So is this position a car or a boat? A boat position is more of a want position. People will sell their car before their boat. So if it's a want position where the office wants you to check hygiene and the office wants you to see emergencies and do some of the overflow work, you have to see if that's the right fit for you. Are there going to be enough patients to fill your schedule? There's nothing wrong with a want position, but there's a problem when there's mismanaged expectations. Golden Job Connect tip, create an environment where you offer a guaranteed salary with bonus incentives. A guaranteed salary with bonus incentives is a great way for both parties to feel comfortable, the associate and owner. That's what we do in our practice, is offer a guaranteed salary with bonus incentives. If you have any questions about how we pay our associates and you'd like to ask me, just text me at 215-543-6454. If you're looking for a job, text job to 215-543-6454. If you're looking to hire an associate, text hire to 215-543-6454. So the last piece I want to go over for this checklist is the 3 M's that matter most when hiring an associate dentist: morale, money, and mentorship. Genuinely be able to explain your M and M and M. I'm also a huge fan of the candy M&Ms. I was eating some last night, totally true story, when I got in from the DEO. So what is the morale like in this position? What is the money? Is there a guaranteed salary with bonus incentives, or do you have to eat what you kill? I know you're hunting class 3s. Not a fan of the eat what you kill mentality. I'm a huge fan of making people feel secure and safe in their position. If it doesn't create, in my experience, it does not create laziness. It creates security, creates safety. I want my associates to be able to know they're going to be able to pay their rent, be able to pay their student loans, be able to do things for themselves, but they have an opportunity, a potential to earn more. And what's the mentorship like in that practice? Is it remote? Is it in person? If your associate was struggling inserting an implant crown, could you help them? I could definitely do that. If my associate was struggling doing a second molar root canal, I could not help them. I do not have any endo skills. What is the mentorship like? The take-home checklist for success piece here is that, hold on one sec here, guys. Here we are. The story, the mystery of the missing mentor, because oftentimes Associates are told there's going to be mentorship and there is no mentorship. So authentically explain your M's with examples, an example of the money, example of the morale. And in the mentorship, I think this is a fantastic idea. And I want to incorporate this into my own checklist. Schedule a 40-minute Zoom meeting once a week where you generally respond to the challenges that your associate had that week. Practice management challenges, team challenges, patient challenges. Schedule it just like an appointment you would have with a patient. You won't miss it. It's such an awesome opportunity for you to bond with your associate, to let them feel heard so you can figure out what they're thinking about. Sometimes associates are not open to asking questions in game where they're not sure. Hey, I don't feel comfortable doing this during the day. Let's jump on Zoom later, write these things down. You want to make sure as the practice owner, things are going well. Sometimes people ask too many questions. Sometimes people don't ask enough questions. It's the appropriate questions at the appropriate time. Just to be clarified, there's really no such thing as too many questions, but there can be questions that are not the right fit for the person. If the associate's asking me about how to do the EOB for the practice, EOB for the insurance claim, that's a better one for my office manager. This is a golden Job Connect tip. Schedule 40 minutes a week where you sit with your associate on Zoom or in person and say, this is our time for us to talk about your experience from the past week. What are some things that went great? What are some opportunities for improvement? What do you have going forward? So I hope that this part of this checklist was helpful to you guys. There's more to this, but I like to just kind of put this in digestible chunks for you. So I am going to end with how you guys can get the full checklist if you would like, if you're watching in. If you're here watching it on Zoom, you're welcome to ask questions. I love putting these pieces together to hopefully create a better dental world, a Kumandra-based dental world, to use Raya and the Last Dragon, a place where we can collaborate instead of compete and build this better dentistry world together. It's exhausting to be a dentist. It can be awesome to be a dentist. It can be annoying to be a dentist. I want you to think of me, whether it's the first time you're seeing my face on YouTube or you've seen it so many times or you know me, I want you to think of me as your friend. I talk about FIPS, friends in your phone. What is that? Someone you can text or call with a challenge, someone you can reach out to and say, hey, could you help me? This isn't going well. I may not always know the answer. I'm not a dental focused attorney, but hopefully I can put you in touch with someone. So if I want to be your FIP, just text DEO to 215-543-6454. We'll text you back the checklist for success, the full one. And then you'll also have the ability to interact with me at any time. So we can be FIPs together and build a world where ABC to FLA, always be connecting, always be caring, always be creative, always be consistent, to FLA, feel less alone.